Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Underground Villains. I'm your host, Blue Diaz, and I got my partner, Tiger Styles. We have a very special guest today. The one, the only. I personally know her too. She's well-rounded in business. Very good individual. Here is Prissy, aka Tammy.G.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
How you doing today, Prissy?
I'm doing fantastic.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
I'm here. I'm happy to be alive.
Yes, alive.
Thankful to see another day.
That's right. That's right.
Due to everything that's going on. So I just want to say thank you for you guys, thinking of me and calling me up to actually come and do Underground Villains. Like you said, like we've been oppressed to what we could really do. We've been restricted.
That's right.
So I am actually honored and humbled to be here today to share my experience with you guys.
And we are very happy to have you on the show as well.
Thank you.
I'm very happy to have you. It's always a pleasure working with you. We've done many shows in the past. I remember when I first came across you in 5 Spot Soul Food Restaurant.
That is correct.
It was a good connection right there.
Yes, I came out to support you guys at Showcase.
Yes, I remember.
And I think I met Tiger, and he put me in his HOT6ZDVD
on
the spot.
I believe.
And I said, I am not ready.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
He said, there is no such thing. He was like, you definitely are ready.
That's right.
Because I walked in there like I was... I was a movie star, and that's what usually happens, when I walk into places and venues. I gotta say one thing: image is everything, and
most definitely, most definitely,
because that's what people want to see. They want to see the visuals.
Oh yeah.
And that's what people are used to seeing. People are used to seeing the visuals, my visuals. But now you get to get up close and personal. You get to understand where the name Prissy came from. You get to understand who's Tammy.G. And I'm just ready to tell it all.
Okay. Yeah, we're going to get into that right now. First, we're going to start off with, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to let you know that Tammy.G is the first lady of Underground Villains Radio, Underground Villains TV.
Coming soon.
Yes, coming soon. We're out here working. So I want to get on a personal level with you first. So what I want to do, I want to get into Prissy. Let's get into Prissy. I would like to know, who is Prissy? Who is Prissy to begin with? What is Prissy about?
Okay. Prissy is a name that was given to me by the general public. And what I mean by that is everywhere I go, someone is always saying, that girl is Prissy. That girl is Prissy. And I had met a good friend of mine, maybe about 5 years back. And he was involved with a promotional group, Team Gator. Shout out to my team. I'm still a part of that group. We do a lot of international trips. That is what we specialize in.
Love and respect.
We've been everywhere. Last year I hosted Jamaica, and the year before that I hosted Panama. And I have to tell you that our international experiences are one of the best. I'm not saying that just because it's my team, but we bring out the best. Shout out to I'm gonna give the props where it's due. Because that's who I am, even though some people may not give me props. Shout out to Todd Boogie. We killed Jamaica last year.
Okay.
Yes, we did. And he usually does most of our trips. So the name Prissy actually was given to me by accident because people start, that's what they call me. So you know what? I said, I'm just going to run with it because I am Prissy. Like, I'm very Prissy. And like, the world knows me as being Prissy. There's nothing that's not Prissy about me. Nothing.
But that's the personal part of you, correct?
That's the personal part of me. And that's the part that you see in the clubs. That's the person that you see. That's the original character. That's my original character, Prissy. That's the person who started out as a promoter and just doing parties, jointly with some of the biggest promoters in New York City. And then, you know what? Shout out to Wes Fuller, because he called me one day and said, you know what, Prissy, you too good to just be promoting. He said, I want you to feel good about what you're doing. I want you to come out and host for me.
Okay.
And he said, you're gonna host and you're gonna make money and you don't have to do nothing. So I thank him for that, because as you know, promoter's job is never easy. We're running around, we're trying to sell tickets, you got people trying to swindle you. So that wasn't really my lane, but that's how I started. That's how Prissy got started. And so Prissy went from promoter to host. And as I said, I'm international and global. I've done Houston twice, 2 years in a row, back to back. Shout out to my people in Houston.
Shout out to people in Houston.
Yes, they actually love me. I killed it.
If you're out there watching, you already know TAMMY.G.
2 years in a row. I'm supposed to go back whenever they let us off the restrictions. So I love Houston. My next home, shout out to all my people in ATL. That is where I do big business as well. We're gonna switch over, because that's where Prissy was first introduced to fashion. Okay. Shout out to Stiletto Shoes. They have about 3 franchises now, 2 in Georgia and 1 in their most recent location is Columbia, South Carolina. Very, very good husband and wife friend of mine who brought me in. I flew to ATL. I did their campaign. I did a photo shoot for them. And
this is all Prissy.
This is all Prissy. That's all Prissy. And that's all Prissy. That's all Prissy right there. And so that's how I got started in fashion as well.
In fashion as well.
Yes.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. So now that everybody knows about Prissy, that's on a personal level.
Yes.
All right. So let's move into TAMMY.G. So how did you emerge from Prissy into TAMMY.G, and what is the major difference between Prissy and TAMMY.G?
Okay, Prissy is the person that via social media.
Okay.
Most of the people, the majority of the audience, they know me through social media. TAMMY.G is now the business / corporate America woman. Okay, that's who TAMMY.G is. That's the person who negotiates contracts. That's the person who signs contracts. That's the person who manages artists and models. That's the person. Okay, I also have to give a shout out to Charles White, who called me in to host All-Star Fashion Week in Newark last year. Stumbled upon me through social media. Yes. And he invited me out to do a very, very big fashion event. You guys, if you don't know who John Blasingame is, he is a vet in the fashion world. It was his event. So I was actually honored to come in and host the actual interviews. I interviewed all the designers from across the world, all the models. I did that red carpet. So that was an amazing experience for me. So and that's how I really got my foot into Fashion Week, because John Blasingame is one of the pioneers. He had Hype Here magazine. That's our era. I don't know if you guys remember Hype Here magazine. All the magazines he did. He's probably the backbone and the co-founder or founder to those magazines. And as you know, we're not in a print era anymore. So what Charles wanted to do, he wanted to take it digital. So he called me and he said, listen, your look is everything. I need you to come into Jersey and host this big event.
This big event for me. Right?
And I didn't know who I was really hosting for, but when I got there, it was bigger than what I could imagine. And I was nervous.
So basically, that's your first time actually stepping into hosting.
That's hosting a major event that's televised.
So you hosted like minor shows before that, like nothing major, but that's your actual first major one. Okay. All right.
Yes.
Okay, so let's hear the story about that when you got into that, like hosting, from that point on, hosting major events. And did you ever get to a point in this business where you actually said, you know what, I just want to back out and just give up, and because there's so much pressure falling on me at this point?
No. I think that was my turning point. I have really slowed down. Like I said, I left promoting because that wasn't my niche. And I think as individuals, you have to be happy with what you're doing, right? So you're not going to just wake up and do something. You may not be happy with that, right? If I'm going to do something, I want to make money, I want to be happy, and I want to have a passion for it so I can be my best at it. So when that door opened and he said, I need you to go digital, I need you to go live, that was when I knew I wasn't gonna promote anymore. I still host, but now I had to step it up a notch. Because that event was major. It was no longer minor in the boroughs. This is something that's gonna be seen international, right? This was an international all-star fashion week event in Jersey that happens every year. Rain, snow, sleet, or hell. Okay? And it was a 3-day event. And I was just put to the test because I have never done it before. And I killed that show. And that was the start of TAMMY.G and me.
So that's it. From that
point on,
it was a go.
Yeah, I had it in my mind. I said, okay, you need to do something for you, because so many times in this industry we're helping others. So now that someone has said, come in and do this, and I've always had confidence. Everybody knows that about me. But there are times when you get nervous. There are times when you don't know if you can do something major in this industry, right? The industry puts pressure on you.
Most definitely.
Yes. And I walked out of there feeling immaculate. I walked out of there feeling like I can do whatever I put my mind to. And so I went to my accountant and her husband. They cooked me dinner. They said, what do you want to do? Black-owned business in Bed-Stuy. Shout out to Lillian's Professional Services. They've been my personal family accountants.
Shout out to that.
Black owned.
Yes, black owned.
Because we gotta support our black people. And they support me.
That's right.
And they taught me how. They taught me the different business entities, how you could go about starting your business. You need to get it, you need to legalize everything that you do, because people will snatch it from you.
Yeah, definitely.
Right.
Definitely.
And so Tammy,
that's why I always believe in, not to cut you off, but that's why I always believe in marking your brand.
Yes.
You always got to mark your brand.
You have to.
There's a lot of people out there that they watch what you do, and they just take it right from you. You won't even know it.
They take it right from you.
That's the crazy thing about this business.
And but like I said, I'm not censoring anything.
Right.
That has actually happened to me. I had an assistant when I first started out, and she, it came through a family member.
Okay.
And she was gung-ho chasing me down. And I said, great, you're great. Show me what you can do. And shout out to my brother Woody and my cousin T Chizzle. Yes, because T Chizzle is the one who introduced me to her. It's not his fault. We have run into many people that are just not legit. That just they're just not on the same page.
T Chisel, that's he manages
New Gang City.
New Gang City. Shout out to New Gang City.
Shout out to
them. Them brothers is nice, man.
Yes, sir. That's my family. Those are my cousins personally. Yes. Be on the lookout. They're out there working. I remember
they performed in T-Rex's showcase.
Yes.
So,
and if you've been at my birthday parties, they usually perform every year, with the exception of.
I just want to say something. I stopped my performance. Tammy was like, "Yo, Blue, check this out. My family, they're gonna go up there and perform, but I got you next time." So you know what? Me being considerate, I said, you know what? Cut that down. I said, you know what? Yeah, let them go rock.
That was
I believe in giving people chances. That's so good.
That was a great night. We made it work. Shout out to Tiger Styles and Blue, because I brought them into my showcase along with Rex, and they were understanding. Yeah. And you want to work with people like that, because in this business you are pressed for time.
Yes.
You are pressed for time, but it was an amazing show, and I thank you guys. I thank Tiger for even coming out and just video, being a videographer that night. Just so for GP.
It's all about love and support.
Yes,
it's
it is.
all about love and support.
It was a big family vibe.
Yes,
it was a big family vibe, and
that's
and that's how you grow.
Oh yeah,
that's how you grow.
One thing I can say is that I enjoyed myself.
Yes, we had a great night. We had a
very great night. Has it how many artists do you manage at this point right now?
At this point right now, I have 2.
Okay.
And you guys, I want to thank you guys for interviewing them previously.
Okay.
On the Underground Villain show. Shout out to
very talented
A-Raw Valentino.
A-Raw Valentino.
We just finished a video that will be out in a few days, so look out for that.
Look out for that.
And shout out to D Hayes. D Hayes. I'm gonna give him props right now. D Hayes to me is the upcoming Snoop Dogg on the East Coast.
He is.
He is. I actually saw, a video of him. I was watching his performance. I observed him and everything, and he has a style like sort of similar to Snoop, but sort of like an upgraded. I wouldn't say upgraded. I said an updated version.
Right, 2020.
2020 Snoop. East Coast Snoop.
Yes.
But he's very, very talented. I want to give you a shout out too, Tammy, because, you recognize talent when you see it.
Yes.
You see good talent, man, you snatch up good talent. And me and my partner, Tiger Styles, we have spoken about that. They did a very good job. A very good job. Shout out to those 2 brothers, man. And good luck to them.
D Hayes.
Yes, D Hayes.
One thing I can say, them 2 songs.
Yes.
Yes.
Right.
Songs, yes. So D Hayes is
dope.
D Hayes is the second artist, and I'm not taking away nothing from anybody, but the primary focus is A-Raw. And the reason being is A-Raw is a unique individual. His story is unique. You guys heard it. It's not bullshit. It's not okie doke. He's not pump faking. What he raps about is what he actually lives. So my boy, he's ready. You heard the sound. The second mixtape is out. New video dropping in the next couple of weeks. Okay. He has his own clothing line. The brother is well educated in this business, so you can't swindle him. And if you try to, he's gonna send you to his manager, Prissy, aka TAMMY.G. Because we know the business.
You already know.
And I'm not gonna let anybody take away from my artists.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Definitely. Well, as a manager, you're not supposed to. I mean, any manager
and we're working behind the scenes.
They're supposed to back up their artists 100%.
And we're working behind the scenes. And right now it's slow motion because, as you know, nothing is really going on in the industry.